Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Monday night Team Aloha call. We have a special guest with us. Before I get started, I know that a lot of you have seen that I implemented a new Coach Basics training, and I wanted to make the announcement within this group as well. It's going to be a self-paced revolving Coach Basics group that I learned from the wall. And so we're going through it as a team together starting Monday, and even myself included, and going back to the basics and really learning how to have a solid foundation with the basics. So anybody that's interested in plugging into that, please post in the group, in the Team Aloha group, and I'll add you to the Coach Basics training. I started a week ago, so I'm on day 7 at this point, and I'm literally going through it and treating it as if I'm a brand new coach. And I'm doing all the steps because I didn't really have that. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have the solid foundation built I didn't even have a training when I started as a coach. So I think the system is amazing. I think the Coach Basics that Beachbody launched is incredible. And I think that the beauty of it is that it's going to be what Beachbody is backing. So when you have new coaches joining your team, you're not going to be giving them 2 different messages. They're going to be getting the same message if you're taking them through something that's similar to what Beachbody launched. And I think that they did a really good job on this. I know we already had our own Coach Basics, but I think this is an improvement from what I was using before. I think that it goes into more details on the post instead of just having straight videos. I've literally been taking notes on every single video of my own. I've been taking notes, and I've been literally treating it like I'm a brand new coach and literally just mastering the basics, filling out my business activities tracker every day, and doing the basics, because that's really what it's all about. And so anybody that's interested, we started today. I'm going to be posting I'm also going to be posting them in Team Aloha so that you can see what the daily posts are. And then we're going to be launching our Dash to Diamond group on October 12th. It's for anybody. You don't have to be a certain rank. There are going to be certain requirements that you're going to have to meet in order to qualify for the pot. It's a $20 buy-in. It's just going to be a 6-week group. It's going to be Monday through Friday posts. They're going to be mostly videos and a little bit of content, text. And if you finish the group and if you've sponsored 6 new coaches, you yourself have sponsored 6 new coaches, or any PS coaches and yourself combined have sponsored 6 new coaches, and you've created 1 new emerald, and you've gone diamond in those 6 weeks, you're going to qualify for the pot. The last time we did this, we had, a couple hundred people in the group. I think we had a couple $1,000s for the pot. I don't remember exactly, but I know that we had 9 coaches go diamond or star diamond and qualify for the $355 is what they won just by doing the things that they're going to do anyway. It's a $20 buy-in. Even if you don't win the pot, you're going to get thousands of dollars worth of training within that group, because you're going to be learning from elite top 10 coaches. There's 6 of us that are going to be leading. 1 coach is going to be leading a week, and then they're going to be hosting a Zoom on that particular week and going over their top tips to help you move your business forward. So I'm highly encouraging that you go through Coach Basics, the Beachbody one that I just created, the self-paced revolving training yourself. So you set yourself up with that solid foundation to go into that Dash to Diamond group, finish up the year really strong so that you can go into next year with a very strong momentum in your team, because everything that you do in the next 3 months in your business is going to be reflected at the beginning of next year. There's always like a 3-month lag time. So that's just my only announcement. The other one is Jennifer Morrow, Diamond Coach, is going to be leading Team Aloha this week in her posts. She's going to be posting Monday through Friday her story, her top tips for new coaches, her tips on earning Success Club, her biggest mistake and what she learned from it, and then Friday is whatever her choice. So now let's get to the meat of the call. We have Meg Wazinski, and I actually remember Meg from being a top 10 coach in 2013. She was number 6 in the company. She's a 12-star qualifying diamond in her first business center. She has 21 lifetime diamonds across all 3 of her business centers. She's a 3 times elite coach in the top 20 at the moment. Success Club 10 All-Star Legend for 52 months in a row. So did I say that all right? Hopefully. She has agreed to come on the call. We don't know each other really well, but I've seen her doing some incredible things in her business, And I've seen that she really has integrity with her team, and that really makes me look up to her as a leader. So I asked her to come on our call, and I did see a post of hers on her Facebook about how Pinterest has really helped her grow her business, and that's been her focus. So I asked her if she'd be willing to share her secrets with us about Pinterest. So she agreed to come on our call today and share all of her knowledge with us. So thank you so much for being on the call. It's an honor to have you, and I can't wait to learn from you.
Sure. And, that means a lot that you said that you can see that I lead with integrity, because that's definitely something that I want people to see. And I think all Beachbody coaches should lead their teams with integrity, because we're helping people. And you have to make sure that you're having a good heart and leading with integrity in order to help people fully. So Pinterest, gosh, it was probably back in November of last year, so almost a whole year. I did a training, actually a retreat in Chicago, and we got snowed in, and we spent the whole time going through videos of Natalie Jill. Do you guys follow Natalie Jill Fitness at all? If you don't, she's pretty awesome. She's on Instagram, and she's huge on Pinterest. She's huge on every platform, honestly. She's like really good friends with Shalene Johnson. But her talking really got me excited about Pinterest, because at that point, and you guys can probably relate, Facebook like pages had taken a dive like it does every other month, right? It's, you feel like you're doing really well and your posts are being seen, and then all of a sudden it's like, meh, like 0 people see your likes or your posts on Facebook and stuff like that. And it can be very frustrating as someone who's a business owner, because it's like you have to continue to stay up to date on the stuff with Facebook. And if you're posting a post to be able to get people interested in coaching and no one's seeing it, then it's like, okay, your business kind of stalls, right? Because we were focused so much on Facebook before. So I started really, really getting into Pinterest about a year ago. And I didn't really start taking it seriously until probably March of that next year. November, I started kind of doing behind the scene things that I'm going to kind of go over with you guys. And you can do it a lot faster than I did. It took me 4 months to really say, okay, Facebook sucks and I need to move on. Okay, so for those of you that maybe follow me, I focus still on my like page, but the majority of my time is spent on Pinterest and Instagram. Okay, so the things that I'm going to go over are how to set your business, or setting up your business board. Pinterest board. There we go. We can blame it on the pregnancy. Okay, setting up your Pinterest board as a business board or a business account. Cleaning up your boards to find your brand. What you should be pinning. How to connect your pins from Facebook to Pinterest, which maybe you guys didn't know that you could do that, and also how to get content up there now. And then the last thing is how to actually connect with people off of Pinterest to build to your network. So I spoke on the National Wake Up Call a couple months ago, and I talked about how I use Pinterest as a way to grow my network. And a lot of people were blown. Their minds were blown at the fact that you could use Pinterest to connect with people, because it seems like just a Google type thing, right? I don't know about you guys, but like if I want a gluten-free recipe for chocolate chip cookies, I don't go to Google, I go to Pinterest, because there's so many more recipes up there. Or if I'm searching for, ideas to decorate my house, I'm on to Pinterest. But Pinterest has so many people on there, so many people and their mom are on Pinterest, okay? So if you're not using the network, you need to start using it, okay? So why Pinterest? And if you don't have a Pinterest account, you need to start one, okay? So why Pinterest? It's super user-friendly, like super user-friendly. The time that you put up content on there and you have posts, they're up there forever unless you delete them, okay? So there isn't like an algorithm that only, if the people are on Pinterest at that time, they see all of your posts. It doesn't work like that, okay? It can work while you're sleeping. Yeah, it's pretty cool, because there's been things that I've pinned back in November when I was really getting into it that people are still connecting with me right now. If you have Pinterest, the app on your phone, it'll tell you when people are repinning and pinning your pins or saving them. And I'm like, that was up back in November. It's crazy that they're still seeing it. And you can also find that people on Pinterest, when you connect with them off of Pinterest are so much nicer, so much nicer, because you've already had a bond off of things. And I'll show you guys how I kind of find those people. But you'll have people talk to you in every other call that you get on, and they talk about growing your market and your niche and everything like that. You have to have a niche. You have to think of the people that you want to connect with. Okay, yes, we all want to help people get healthy. Okay, we all do. But you have to be narrow, okay? You can't just say, I'll help someone who's 60 or someone who's 25 years old. You have to think of it and narrow it down. For me, last year when I was going through all my health issues, I really was very passionate about people who had thyroid issues and adrenal fatigue. That was my market. Okay, so when I was posting, I was talking to people who were going through that because it was what I was going through. Now that I'm 8 months pregnant, my market is pregnant women with thyroid issues, so I focus on that. So when I'm on Pinterest, I'm looking for pregnant women. Okay, if you're not pregnant, that's probably not your market right now, right? Maybe it's just moms, okay? But you want to think about what your market is. So to set up your account as a business account, the reason that I have you do that is because you have so many different things that you can do. You can promote pins. I haven't gotten too much into it. One of my coaches is doing it and having a lot of success. So just like you do Facebook ads, you can promote pins. So after this, if you want to do that, just Google it and see how you can promote pins. So you would go to business.pinterest.com. If you already have a Pinterest account, you can turn it into a business account from that website. Okay, so you don't have to create a whole new Pinterest page. If you don't have your first and last name as like your Pinterest account right now, I would just recommend starting a brand new account because you really want it to be your first and last name. Hopefully you guys have heard from other people. With social media, you are your market, or you are your brand. So your first and last name. That's why when I got married, I went through a total identity crisis because I was like, I've been Meg Wazinski for so long, and that's how people know me for my business, and now I have to change it to Kozlowski, which you guys might think it sounds very similar because they're both long and Polish, but it's a completely different last name. And so for me, I stayed Wazinski. Okay, so you want to have it your first and last name. Okay. You also want to make sure that you have it set as a public figure. Okay. So just like if you have a like page, it has to be a public figure. Okay. Another thing you want to make sure you have on your Pinterest board, and I'll show you guys mine afterwards, is you want to have a headshot. Okay, so I'm assuming that you guys have, and it doesn't have to be a professional picture. You can even do a picture from your phone. That's just a selfie of just your head, and you got some makeup on and your hair done. Okay, that looks pretty. And you just put it up on your Pinterest page. You want it to be something that you use on your Pinterest, on your Facebook, on your Instagram, everything to kind of combine things. Okay, for me, my picture is me and my pregnant belly right now. It's really not usually that, but for right now, that's what I'm going for. But I do have it across the borders, except for Pinterest, because it looks kind of weird with the belly picture. It was like just doing my belly and not my head. It was weird. So you want to make sure that it's universal across all of your social media platforms, the headshot that you're doing. You also want to make sure that it's linked to a website, okay? Not to your Beachbody Coach website. Please do not put beachbodycoach.com/whatever. Even if you have, like for me, I have a GoDaddy account that covers my Beachbody Coach site, so it's just fitaddicted.com. I don't even put that up there, okay? Let me see which one I have up right now. Yep, I just have my main website, so just meganwazinski.com. And so have it either if you have a blog. If you don't have a blog, you can put your Facebook website up there, your Instagram website up there, but it has to be something other than just your Beachbody Coach site, okay? I cringe when I see that. And you'll see some people from It Works or other companies that do put that up there. And it's like, oh, no. You also want to make sure that you have a bio. Okay, so for instance, mine right now, and you guys will see it after, is I kept it short and sweet, and I kind of summarized the kind of person that I am. I said nutritionist, fitness expert, sweets lover, gluten-free, hypothyroidism, expecting mommy, passionate about helping moms start their own health businesses. Okay, so all of those things were just little bullets, and then passionate about helping moms start their own businesses. Okay, so just keep it short and sweet, the things that summarize who you are. Okay, so you want to think about, what do they want? What do you want people to know about you? Why would you want people to, or what would you want people to know that you're going to be sharing on your Pinterest? Okay, what makes your page special and interesting? Why should they follow you? Okay, you want to think about those things and keep it short and simple and to the point. Okay, you want it to be something that piques someone's interest, so that if they see Beachbody Coach, unfortunately, guys, if people see Beachbody Coach, they run the other way. So you're a fitness expert, you're a health coach, something other than just Beachbody Coach. Obviously, we know Beachbody coaching is amazing, but for some reason, people have that scary persona that, Beachbody Coach, they're not going to connect with you. I really think it's It Works that kind of ruined it for us. Those It Works people are like ridiculous. I'm sorry. Okay, so your boards. Hopefully you guys are familiar with Pinterest, and we'll kind of look at this afterwards. Your boards are the things that you are going to be having pinned. Okay, so for instance, I have one for pregnancy workouts. I have ones for pregnancy cravings. I'm celiac, so I have gluten-free recipes. I have dairy-free recipes. I have stuff about thyroid. I have stuff about adrenal fatigue. I have just funny quotes. I have mommy stuff. I have stuff all over the place that's focused on my niche. Okay, so you want to shoot for like 4 to 7 boards. Okay, so this is going to be overwhelming, and it's going to take time to build up, and you might only have 1 or 2 pins in each board, but just start out, okay, and continue to build it up. I've been building it for almost a year, and that's why mine have, a good amount of pins in at that point. And you can repin other people's stuff, okay? So if you see a really good gluten-free recipe and you're like, man, that looks amazing, repin it and put it in your board. Okay, that's okay, especially if it's someone who like you have messaged on Facebook. That's like a bonus thing, and we'll get into that. But say that there's someone who has an amazing gluten-free recipe board, and you're like, I'm going to pin some of her stuff. And then you're messaging and connecting with her on Facebook. That just makes your guys' relationship that much closer. Okay, because she'll be like, oh, she actually likes my stuff. That's pretty awesome. Okay, but I wouldn't make it fully out of other people's stuff. You want to be creating your own content, and we'll get into that. You also want to name your boards things that are going to be searchable in Google. Okay, so don't try to come up with like some crazy cool name that only you're going to be able to Google, or not Google, but search for on Pinterest. You want it to be something generic, so gluten-free recipes, dairy-free recipes, healthy desserts, guilt-free desserts, fitness workouts, at-home workouts, stuff like that, that when because people use Pinterest like Google, when they're going on Pinterest, they're looking for just workouts you can do from home, right? And yours will pop up because you use that title as the title of your board, okay? So the other thing I want to make sure that I mentioned to you is you want to make sure that you are always pinning your pins to something, okay? So for the majority, how many people have a like page? Anyone? Couple people? Okay. You want to make sure that you're either pinning it to a like page or a blog. Okay, and not to your Beachbody site ever, 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 ever. Okay, because that just gives the wrong feeling. And I did it, guys. I had pictures up of Turbo Fire or Insanity that I got that was a generic picture from Beachbody, and I put it on Pinterest and just said, you can get this on my site, and linked it to my Beachbody Coach site. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Because it looks wrong. It looks so wrong. I had to go through and I deleted everything. Oh man. Because you don't want someone to come to your board and be like, whoa, she's going to try to sell me on something, right? Because that's not our goal. We don't want to just sell people on something. We want to actually help them, right? And if you scare them away by just seeing that, it's going to stop you, or it's going to stop them from wanting to even connect with you. Okay, so make sure that you don't do that. If you don't have a like page, highly recommend start doing it. I know Facebook is kind of iffy, but that gives you something that you can connect to. You cannot connect to a main profile page on Facebook, unfortunately. Okay, it has to be connected to a like page, and I'll show you guys how to do that. But really, really important. Okay, you can link it to a Wufoo. What do they call it? Surveys. So if you're doing something for a challenge group, you can link it to a Wufoo survey that they would go on there and do that. If you have a website just for yourself, that's kind of, some people have some really cool websites besides just the Beachbody website, then use that, okay? So you want it to always be linked to something. The other thing I want to make sure that I mentioned to you guys is how to get information up there immediately, like right now. And this is the stuff that usually makes people a lot happier. So I'm going to screen share for you guys really quick and show you something. And this is how you know I'm chaotic. Look at this. I have so many pins and then so many things down at the bottom. So yes, I'm very unorganized, but my unorganized life works for me. So say we're on my like page, okay? And we go on and say that I want to repin, let's see, this picture. Okay, say I want to put this on Pinterest. What I would do is I would take this picture, and you guys all know how to save pictures, so just right click and save image to downloads, and then I would copy this little bio and just save it. I'd go onto Pinterest. I'd go up to, say my pregnancy board, and I would click add a pin. And hopefully I'm not moving too fast. Your device, so I'd pull up that picture that we just saved, right? And hopefully it doesn't freeze on me. There we go. Okay. Come on. And so it's uploading that picture. I would put it into my pregnancy board, okay? So it's gonna pin it. And then you go back. This is where it gets fun. No, not this one. You'd go to here and you click edit, okay? And it's gonna feel kind of weird at first to do this, guys, but once you get the hang of it, it'll start making sense, okay? So I'm on that pin. I just put in that whole thing from Facebook that I just copied, right? And now watch this. I go back to Facebook and I copy the actual post. So if I'm looking at this picture, I wouldn't take just facebook.com/megwadzinski. You have to actually click on the post, take that live link right there, and copy it. And then go to your website, okay, put it right there, and click save. So that now, when I go from this pin, I'll show you guys. So this is in that pregnancy board, right? If I click on that pin, and then I click on it again, it's going to go straight to my like page. Okay, so a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people who come across my pins are coming onto my like page because of that. And I'll usually put something that is intriguing. So if I have a recipe or something, I wonder if I have one of the pins. Let's see if I can find one. Let's see. Usually if I have a pin that I did. Oh, okay. So for this one, for example, okay, I put this post up, and below it, I say super simple recipe to quench your your thirst. I meant thirst during the summer. If you love watermelon, you'll love this recipe. Okay, see guys, I'm not perfect. And you just click on the picture, and guess what? It goes straight to my Facebook like page. Yay! So people can find me to go and find that recipe, right? So they had to go on and find it, okay? And there's the recipe for it. Awesome, right? So it's just another way to direct more people to you. So you really need to figure out your market, your niche, what maybe you're already posting about that stuff on your page. If you're not, I would highly recommend after this Zoom, just sitting down for 10, 15 minutes and thinking about the kind of person that you want to work with. Okay, so then you can start really targeting all of your social media, especially Pinterest, towards that person. Okay, so like I explained to you guys before, a headshot. That it's very small, so a body shot, like I figured out, would only show up my big pregnant belly instead of my actual head. So make it a head, okay? It's small. You want them to be able to see you. You want to link it to your Facebook, and I'm never on Twitter, but I linked it to my Twitter as well. Like I said, your little bio, nutritionist, fitness expert, sweet lovers, gluten-free, all that stuff, right? That makes up, so if someone comes to this page, they know exactly who I am. And then just different boards. Now I understand that Pinterest is something fun for us to use for our homes, and maybe you're an expecting mom too, or you're already a mom and you're finding ideas and you're like, well, Meg, where am I supposed to pin that stuff? Guess what? They're secret boards. They're secret boards that no one else sees but me, okay? Like I have baby twice because I just probably forgot that I had another one, okay? So this is stuff that's hidden, so no one else can see any of that but me, okay? And then the rest are just boards that I have filled out. I started out with like, I want to say dairy-free recipes, at-home workouts, and gluten-free recipes. I had 3 boards when I first started really getting into Pinterest. And then I branched out to thyroid health and pregnancy and stuff like that. Okay, so think about it and start building, and start with 4 boards and branch out to 7. And then if you want more than that, then that's good. Now, the last part that I want to show you guys that gets people excited is how to actually find people on Pinterest, okay? This has been huge for my team, huge, because sometimes Facebook ads are a pain in the butt, and sometimes trying to find people just from, friends of friends or on Instagram or whatever can be overwhelming. This way, on Pinterest, you can very specifically target the kind of person that you're looking for. So for me, I search just, you can tell, pregnancy workouts, right? Where did it go? Not prom dresses. I didn't search for that, I promise. Okay, pregnancy workouts. And no, you guys had seen me type pregnancy workouts, right? So why is it doing the prom? Okay, pregnancy workouts. Okay, so for me, I would go on, and what you want to do is you want to look for the things that have been repinned a lot, okay? Because then it gives you options. So for example, if I went to, all of these have been pinned a lot. Say I went to, I saw one yesterday that there was like one repin or something. Don't do that, okay? Go for the ones that, this is over 3,000 repins. Now you want to click, hopefully you guys can see this, but there's that little tiny thing that's like a, those pin things up and down. You want to click on the number. And what that's going to do is it's going to take you to the repins. So every single person who repinned that picture that we just talked about, okay? Now, this is the next step. You have to go through, and for me, I'm looking for people who are pregnant, okay? So if I see pregnancy, I don't know what that picture is, but pregnancy, fit pregnancy, preggers, health, no, I probably wouldn't do it because I can't say for sure that she's pregnant or if she's ever had a kid. Pregnancy, postpartum, stay fit, I probably wouldn't do. But if you guys are not pregnant and you're just looking for people, then you would want to do workouts and stay fit, right? And then let's see, another one that says preggers. And I would save there, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing, but we'll just click on this one. So say that you go here to the preggers. And this takes me directly to that person's board. Okay, so there's still another step after this, but before we were at the repins, the 3,000 repins, now we're at just one specific board. So I look through and I see this person has a lot of stuff about pregnancy, right? So I'm gonna assume that she's pregnant, and I'll click follow board. I'll make a note of the name of her board. Okay, so hers is preggers. I click on her little picture, okay? And this is going to feel so foreign at first, guys, but once you get the flow of it, like you can get it done super fast. Okay, so I click on this person's board, and now this is her actual Pinterest board, okay, or Pinterest profile. You can see all of the different stuff. So I usually go through and I kind of scroll through and make sure that there's nothing that would totally like show that me and this girl would not get along. For those of you that follow me, I'm very religious. I'm not I don't post about religion a lot, but I am religious. So if I saw something that said agnostic, I probably wouldn't message her because we wouldn't get along for that. Nothing against people who are agnostic, but for me building my team, it probably wouldn't work out. So I look for things. The fact that she is clueless, it makes me like her even more, and let's see. I just look for different things that kind of point out that this person is someone who I would get along. And I like her little profile bio. Okay. So you see this little thing right here, this Facebook. That highlighted is what you want to see. Okay. So when you see that, you click on it. Okay. And what happens is it directs you to that person's profile page on Facebook. Now, another screening type thing I do is I go through and I just make sure that there's nothing creepy or eerie that I see. And you know what? She seems like a very nice person. She looks like she has children, okay? So what I would do is I message her, and I'll actually pull up. This is where you guys will see my chaos. I have a little, where is it? If it'll pull up. I swear my computer's not usually this slow. Okay, so you go through, and I have a Pinterest message. Oh, it's right there. I save everything. I have the same message that I send to every single person. Okay, and I'll show you guys. I copy it and I personalize it. Okay, so I'll say, hey, Angela, I know this is totally random, but I stumbled across your, remember the name of the board? Preggers board on Pinterest, and I'm 31 weeks. Okay, so I just say 31 weeks, pregnant with my first. I'm looking for other mamas to be to connect with and exchange tips, etc., on how to stay healthy for myself and the baby. I'm not sure if you're pregnant right now or not, but if you are, would you be interested? Okay, so I'm just saying, hey, I'm pregnant. I'm looking for other moms to connect with. And so if this is not your niche, think of something else. Think of something that would catch that person's eye, and you're asking them a question. Okay, you always want to end the question, the message with a question. Okay. Now the next thing is you have to click this see more option. Okay, see more, and send this message directly to her inbox. Okay, now I know it costs $1, but guess what? These are tax write-offs. This is tax write-off. So if you do 5 in a day, $5, you get to write that off at the end of the year. And you're building your network. And I have to tell you, people on Pinterest are so much nicer, so much nicer. I think maybe out of all of the messages that I've sent, I've had one person who responded back and was like, I'm not pregnant and I don't plan on being pregnant for a long time. Blah, blah, blah. Something rude. And I was like, okay, right, okay. So then I moved on. Everyone else, if I send 5 messages, I get 2 or 3 responses back because I'm sending it into their inbox folder, okay? So make sure that you're personalizing it, you're mentioning their name, you're mentioning the board that you saw on Pinterest, okay? Those are things that you have to make sure that you're doing, okay? And then you just send it to their inbox, okay? And just pay the $1. So that's a huge area for me to be able to do it. You can also link YouTube videos. You can link, which I'll actually show you guys how to do that. Let's see if it helps me. And this will be the last thing I show. So, and blogging, same thing with blogs. You can link from blogs and just pull it over onto Pinterest. Content that you already have, guys. Use the content that you already have and turn them into pins, okay? So say that I was wanting to repin, oh, that's a pretty screen picture. Say I wanted to pin why I drink Shakeology, okay? So what I would do is you go down to this little see more option, right? On YouTube. Come on. Maybe not. Did they move it? Oh, never mind. Share. It's a share thing. There we go. You go into that share. You click on the Pinterest. And what it's going to do is it's going to direct you straight over to your Pinterest, okay? So I would say I wanted to link this to, let's see, my pregnancy craving recipes or whatever, and I would just pin it. So that pin would go straight on. Oh, it wouldn't let me do it. No! There we go. Okay, so say that we go onto my account on Pinterest, and we look at that pregnancy cravings, it's right there. Okay, so when you click on that, it's gonna play that video right there. Okay? Pretty cool, right? So you can have everything linked all together. And I would make, this is not, the thing with Pinterest is you do not have to be on there all day, every day. You do not have to do it every single day. I would make it a point, my Sundays are the days that you'll see me pinning stuff, okay? So I'm going back through my content from last week on Facebook, and I'm seeing what's Pinterest worthy. What's eye-catching? What was something that had a good response on Facebook? Okay, devote one day to get some content up on Pinterest. You do not have to do it every single day. However, if you are trying to build your network, I would do that every single day. I would be connecting with people off of there over onto Facebook every single day. So that's everything I wanted to cover. I know it's a lot of information, guys, and I know Pinterest is like totally a foreign world for us as Beachbody coaches, but that makes it that much better for you guys because there are not a lot of coaches who understand Pinterest, okay, or even just want to I think they want to understand, but it's a foreign world and they don't know where to start. Well, you guys know where to start now, okay? So I'll be excited to hear how Pinterest works for you guys. It's definitely been a blessing for my team and for me. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Do you guys have any questions? No? Yes?
Just gonna have to watch it again so we can write down the steps.
I know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steph.
So you have to pay $1 to send it to Facebook, but why wouldn't you just go to their Facebook page and then go to their go to Facebook and message them? Why do you have to go through Pinterest?
Because if you're not mutual friends with anyone, say that you go on and this person is someone who's in your niche that you don't have any mutual friends with, Facebook's going to send it to the other folder. So do you guys know what the other folder is? Because, okay, I'll show you. You want to see the messages that go in the other folder? And this is what your message will be categorized, which sucks. Let's see. Some of the things that go in my other folder, I'm like, ooh, good thing I didn't see that because that's creepy. Okay, so you're looking at your inbox. All right. Your other folder are weird people. Okay, take care always. Hi, you look red rose. Wait, what? Who are these people? Weird stuff, okay? So you don't want your message to be categorized as that because people are not going to see that. Okay, you guys are probably going to be surprised. You're all going to go to your other folder now and see all these weird people in there. Okay, so pay the $1 because the $1 gets you into their main inbox. So if they go on Facebook, they see that little message folder. If you don't pay the $1, and Facebook's smart. They are really smart. They didn't make you charge to do this, but they're smart. They know that there's a lot of us business people on there, okay? So it's worth the investment. Does that make sense? Yeah, you don't want to be categorized as one of those weird people. Oh, man.
Yeah, I know about those weird people. I have a question. So if you were to, I know you talked to your team about starting the pin every day if you don't have a lot of these boards. So what would you tell them as far as, okay, invest $2-3 a day? Like how many would you say if you start this route of paying $1 for somebody?
So you're saying how much money do I spend daily on messaging?
Yeah, or when you started at least, or you said you were doing it every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you started,
yeah.
Now it's just Sundays. So what did you start with?
No, to pin stuff on Pinterest, it's completely free.
Right.
So if you're just pinning content on Pinterest, it's completely free. If you're messaging people from Pinterest onto Facebook, that does cost $1. And I do that every single day. So for my coaches, they start out with 2 or 3 people every single day. So $3 every single day, which seems like a lot of money. But guys, if you pay it forward in this business, it is so worth it. It is so, so worth it, because I've had several people from these Pinterest messages become customers, become coaches, become some of my like rock star pushing hard coaches. It's worth it. It is so, so worth it. So if you're just starting out, I would do like 2 or 3 a day.
Okay. Would you say too that Pinterest would be the bulk of where your leads are right now?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I used to be all about Facebook ads, but for those of you that are running Facebook ads, you can probably relate. Mine tanked. Mine, all of a sudden it was like, I wasn't getting any new likes on my like page. Even if I changed my Facebook ad, it was just driving me insane. So I started spending the majority of my time on Pinterest. And like I said, like a lot of my coaches from the past couple of months have come from just building that network on Pinterest and connecting with them.
All right. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to trying it.
Yeah, I'll be excited to hear what you guys think of Pinterest.
I wrote down everything.
How did you grow your following? Just by connecting with people like that, and they started following you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, when I started, I probably had like maybe 500 or 800 people on Pinterest. And then as I started to put quality content up there that people actually were repinning, and I was following their boards before I messaged them, it got them to actually follow me back. You know, so I mean, not every person I follow actually follows me back, but if you're looking to build your Pinterest network, that's like a whole nother training. If you look at Natalie Jill, I think she has a Pinterest training actually, where she goes over how to grow your network on Pinterest. But for us as coaches, if you already have a Facebook and everything like that, and we need to be connecting with people and building relationships, take the people from Pinterest and pull them over onto Facebook.
Got you. I never even thought about doing that, because like my Pinterest account, I mean, I've been pinning. I have 22 boards, which maybe is too much. I have like 600 followers, like 500 and something.
Exactly.
So I mean,
we'll get through those people.
So start reaching out to the followers. Okay. Got you. Start there. Okay. People that are already following me. Cool.
Yeah.
'Cause I do have it linked. I didn't realize you could share straight from YouTube. I was like taking the links, moving them over, pinning them.
Yeah.
You know, so that's cool. And then,
so many little things.
and yeah, I'm going to clean up my profile. So, and put some different stuff, but I do have it linked to my website. So that was one thing that, not my Beachbody website. So that was one thing that I was doing right. You know who does? I know Lindsay Catarino did a training on Pinterest, and she kind of shared some of her stuff. I know that she really uses that to leverage. So thank you so much.
Yeah, guys,
Awesome.
I'll be really excited to hear what you guys,
I never even thought about.
because of Pinterest.
I didn't know you could like message people like that. It's just so simple. Just go to their Facebook and send them a message. I mean, it's.
Yeah. Well, before we were just doing, because you can message people on Pinterest, but I noticed that it was becoming a chore for me to actually go on to another social media site and check messages on there. And so I was forgetting. So to direct them all back to one spot, you know, you guys are probably mostly on Facebook, right? So to have them all there, and then you're pulling people from Instagram possibly too. It's a spot that you can connect.
I wish you could pull your DMs from Instagram to Facebook.
I know.
Now I'm finding myself, now that you can DM from the actual image, you know, I'm DMing a lot more people, and it's good, because I used to be like writing down their names and going and like doing all this.
Oh, yeah.
It took away so many steps, because I would lose their pictures. I couldn't figure out which one I commented on. Now it's just like you just DM them from the picture, and you know, it's from the image. But I wish you could like transfer that over to Facebook.
Maybe someday, because they are run through Facebook. So I wouldn't be
changes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. And
thank you so much.
Hopefully you got something out of it, and let me know how it goes.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
All right, luck with your pregnancy.
Yeah, I know.
9 more weeks.
Pop that little baby.
God bless.
What'd you say?
Pop that little baby girl out.
I know. Well, my husband keeps saying, you know, actually, for those of you that have children, did you go over with your first one? Thank God, that gives me more leverage because my husband keeps saying everyone we meet, their first one they go over, I'm like, shut up. Like, that's not happening. I'm not having a Thanksgiving baby. She's due November 15th, so she needs to come out around then. Yes.
Awesome.
So pray for me. All right, bye. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Good luck.
Have a good night.